Hey, everybody. It's Lawton Childs. Hope you're doing well. So, what we're going to talk about today is how to create a bunch of different pieces of content out of one piece of content. All right. So, let me show you how we do this. All right. So, one of the things that we did was one of my clients did a testimonial for me. And so, what I've done here is I've gone in and I've taken out his audio and the video, right? So, and if you can see me, let me know. But basically, what happens is we took this raw video. He showed me a raw video. Then I took it and added some. I took a keynote and just added in this part. So I have his audio, and all of this is through ScreenFlow, this app that I'm using. So I have his audio, right? I've attached. I've taken a portion of his testimonial. I've added in the audio to this little slideshow, and then I got like a free little movie thing. I got like a free little movie thing, a movie clip of money. And so what I did was I took a keynote video. I created some slides that go along with what he's talking about, right? So it's just not him on the screen. And then there is a thing right here. So this testimonial will be used on Facebook, on Instagram. We will also take this copy, or we will also take this and upload it to YouTube. And we will take this and upload it, the audio, to a podcast. So here, what we can do is we can take this and we can say, we can just say, hey, this is a podcast, right? And then what we do is we've got the podcast. So I'll just do this right in front of you. We've got this podcast that we can do. All right. So we go over here and then we say, let me just go here. We're going to share the screen again. Let me just go to Podbeam so you can see my screen. All right. So here we go. Application window, Podbeam. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to upload this into, I'm going to upload that little testimonial into my podcast. Okay. And if you want to know how to do this and you want me to install some of these campaigns in your business, you can go to chilescall.com. So if somebody wants to type that into the chat, I would be grateful. You just go to chilescall.com and you will see how to do that. Okay. But let me show you how to do this. All right. So we have this video, right? We have this little video. So what we're going to do now is we've taken that video out and we've made it into a podcast. All right. So here's how the podcast works. I go to my podcast publishing window. And then what I do is I just say new podcast. Now, again, this is the audio from the video. All right. So I had him shoot that testimonial for me. I edited out I edited some of it. So I'm turning it into an ad and I'm turning it into a podcast. So 197,000 in collected revenue. All right. Then we have this little description right here. So you can kind of see how, earlier this year, Tar and I did a campaign together, which grossed. Here's the 197,000 part of it and how it worked. We did this from 8 simple emails. All right. So again, and then everything has a call to action. Want to install these campaigns and offers in your business? Go to chilescall.com and answer a few questions for me, and I'll be in touch. All right. So this is how you do it. And you can say like, hey, we want this to go out to different things, publish, and then it's published. All right. And so now this goes out to all of those people who are subscribed to the podcast. This goes and gets new people into the podcast. I'll show you how this works. And if you guys can see and hear me, let me know in the comments, because I think this is streaming to YouTube and to Facebook, which is pretty cool. So, all right. And then with this software, we can childscall.com. So if you do want to see how to do this, you can go here. But now, okay, so what if you're just joining us, we're looking at my podcast screen. All right, so what I've done here is this is how you take one piece of content and make it into, technically dozens of different things. So what happened, let me go through this again, all right? We did I got a video from a client of mine, and he took the thing that I had, and he basically, so I said, hey, John, can you do a testimonial with like $1 million in sales? Can you do testimonials? Sure. So then what I did was I took those two pieces of content from him, and I stripped out his audio. So number one, the first piece of content is the actual video. And if you're just joining us, we're taking one piece of content and we're turning it into like 5 to 7 pieces. All right. And if you want me to do this for you, if you want me to help you install these campaigns in your business, go to childscall.com and fill out the application, and I'll see if I'm in a good position to help you. But let me show you this really quickly. Okay. So what we're doing here, we have a testimonial from my client, and usually that would just be one video, right? So I'll show you it right here. This was, okay. So this thing right here was when I downloaded it. Let me see. Yeah. So here we go. So the testimonial looked like this. All right. And I had some of his copy and some of his stuff. Now, the first thing I did was I took that video and I stripped out the audio and I edited it a little bit to turn that into a podcast. So not only do we have the video he made, we have the video that I made. All right. Then what I did was I took part of it and made like a little keynote slide, because it just was cooler than like just watching someone on camera, right? So I just took the points that he made, turned them into a keynote slide, then edited this into the video that he had made, and made a new 60-second video. Because remember, Instagram and Facebook don't let you create certain formats more than 60 seconds. All right. So then what I did, and let me just go through here. So the first thing that we have a video from John Tarr about the $100 campaign. That was talking about 8 little emails equaled $197,000 for him. Okay. And so we had those two different things. So then what I did was I took this thing and I said, okay, we have that video. So one video for YouTube, full length. So this is like a 2 or 3 minute video. Let's change this right here. So we've got one video full length for YouTube. Number 2, we have the audio podcast with new call to action, right? So that would be like, hey, if you want these same results, then go check out the thing, right? Then we can have 60-second versions for Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, right? Because certain things on Facebook and YouTube don't let you post more than one thing. Let me just make sure that this is on the right thing, because I don't want to confuse you guys. All right. So here we go. We're going to switch back to Keynote. All right. So let me know if you can see my slide in the comments, please, guys. I'm paying attention. So, all right. So here we go. So now we had the video from John Tarr. So we had one video, right? And that was talking about 8 little emails that made, however much money in sales. All right. And that was cool. Then we took that video and we're going to create a full length from YouTube. And then we're going to create audio podcasts with new calls to action. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 different pieces of content now. The other thing that we can do is we can transcribe that video for the blog, okay? And then we could put the video on the blog again, okay? And then we can send an email to the list. Send email to one or multiple pieces of content just from that little chunk, okay? So again, this is a longer video. So if you go into, if I showed you this thing right here, so we have two different pieces of content. All right, we have two testimonials. And we were able to dramatically increase the reach of that piece of content. And that's sort of how we do it. So number one, we start with the raw footage here. So we start with video from John Tarr about the $200,000 marketing campaign that we did. And he's talking about the 8 little emails, right? The 8 little emails that we did. So we have that one video that we can upload as is. So that's one piece of content, right? Then we take that and we have like content. So we have like, we'll just call it C number one, right? Content piece number one is the raw video. Content piece number two is the raw audio file for podcast. Okay, so it's 2 pieces of content that go up there. And then number 3 is a 60-second Instagram. All right. Number 4. Content number 4 is, say it with me, a Facebook story, or Instagram story. So that's the 4th piece. Then we can also have a 60-second YouTube, 60-second YouTube ad, or video that's just 60 seconds. All right, and each of these pieces of content would point back to my domain that I want them to go to. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6th one. There we go. Blog transcription. You could also take that and transcribe that for the email. And so then basically, and then we've got 7 pieces of content, right? Because then we have email follow-up with examples, right? So look, we took one piece of content and we turned that into 7 different pieces of content. And this is just not hard to do. I mean, it takes maybe 20 minutes to take one okay piece of content and turn it into 7 different ones, right? And so we're doing this all the time when it comes to providing the reach that we need. All right. If you would like me to do this for you, then set up a time to talk with me at chilescall.com. Again, that's chilescall.com. And I hope this lesson has helped you, because what we're able to do here is we're able to install multiple chances for people to buy, right? We're able to install multiple chances for people to respond and for people to really get a handle on what we need, right? Because we need to help them to have multiple ways to respond. And now what we're doing is we're able to do that, right? We're able to do that with multiple channels, right? We're able to do all of this. It's pretty awesome. So I'm fired up about it. This is the future, basically, of content creation, and having one piece of content work for you time and time and time again. Because the cool thing about this is this content lives on forever. This content isn't going away. Like, unless your Instagram gets shut down or your Facebook gets shut down or something happens to dramatically, if something happens to dramatically, curtail your reach, you are now in charge of your own media company. You are now in charge of your own of your own media company that can go in and create one piece of content out of many, or create many pieces of content out of one, because that's how this stuff happens, right? That's how people are able to do this stuff day after day after day, is because, say it with me, they're able to do this. And thank you for everybody who commented. For some reason, with the live streaming, I couldn't see the comments, but I really appreciate it. Thank you, Bond, and thank you, Dan. You guys are awesome. And so that's all I had for you today, was taking that content and putting it into this. And then the other cool thing, let me show you this really quickly. Yeah, because for some reason, like, it wouldn't show me why that was working, but that's okay. All right, so the next thing that we're going to show you really quickly is how to take that and go to LinkedIn. So let me do that really quickly. Here we go. LinkedIn. Sorry, let's see. Chrome tab. Where'd it go? LinkedIn. All right. So here's the message on LinkedIn. So this is a piece of copy that I wrote to go along with this 60-second video. Okay. And I don't know a lot about hashtags on LinkedIn. I don't know if this stuff actually, works or not. But you do have to be careful that it doesn't insert the hashtag. Got to be careful that it doesn't insert the hashtag in the middle of your copy. So just watch out for that. And then we post it, and then it goes out, right? So that is pretty cool, to be able to have a piece of content turn into many pieces of content. All right. And that's how it's done, as far as, as far as how we do that. All right. Hope this helped you. If so, let me know. Leave me a comment and I will respond to you. For some reason, I cannot see your comments live, but I do promise you I see them after this broadcast and that kind of thing. So anywho, I hope you're doing well. And okay, yeah. So Dan, I see this right now. I don't know why. Yeah, it does remind me of SEO from the old internet age. But the cool thing about it is, Dan and everybody else watching, is that this type of stuff is, it's not going away. Like, basically, the more that we do this, the more that we put out these different offers into the marketplace, the more that we can expand the reach of each and every piece of content. Because what we used to do was, we used to be like, oh, okay, well, I created this one piece of content and then that content goes away. But no. So you can see here what's happening is we're able to dramatically go in. I mean, I'll just kind of show you this right here. We're able to dramatically go in and increase the reach of the campaigns, right? So I'm going to show you my, let's see, I'm going to show you, let me switch this. All right. I'm going to show you the Facebook. Here we go. So you should see my Facebook page right here. Now, okay, so if you see this right here, 120 views, 6 comments, but then basically what's happening is I'm able to take this, chop this up, then send, if this one gets a lot of engagement, this will eventually get turned into an ad, right? This will eventually get turned into an ad, just like this one right here. So we've already, 96 people have already seen this. We have 4 comments. And then this stuff right here. So this was a 60-second thing that I did from one of the Facebook Lives. So I did the Facebook Live, right? And then I used this piece of software called Wavo, I think, to create this 60-second thing. And now this could be, if somebody watches one of my lives but then doesn't buy something, I could retarget them with this. And this was just an image that I made in Canva, and then I put some text over it. And then this Waves thing allows me to upload an MP3 file and it just, instead of just having a static image, it's a video. It's a video of a photo, and then that text lives. That little waveform lives on the video, right? But you can just kind of see, and then what we do is that audio, of course, got put into the podcast and got transformed, and you can go over to the blog, and so it's all of this stuff gets transformed into the different things, right? So you can see, YouTube. We've got YouTube Studio here. Just go in here. So yeah, so all of this content. Oh, that's hilarious. All good, man. So all of this content goes into the YouTube stuff. Okay. So you can see right here on my YouTube that I'm just sort of beginning this type of stuff, right? I'm just sort of getting into this, YouTube creation. But as you can see right here from, let's see. Okay, the video is ready to watch. Let's look at this. All right, so this video will, so let's take that one video and we're gonna put it into YouTube right now, all right? So we go over here, go to dashboard, we go upload the video. All right, so this is gonna upload that 60-second video that we did, okay? This 59, the cure for new customers more often. And then I'm just going to take all of this stuff for those already making sales. And then, all right, so, and then we could do some hashtags, whatever. Then we wait for it to upload. It uploads some custom thumbnails and stuff. But then we could turn this into a social media ad, it's pretty easy to do. All right, let's see here. And this is uploading, so we'll give it a minute to finish. And for everybody just joining us, I'm showing you how I take one piece of content and upload it into 7 or 8, or use it for 7 or 8 different pieces of content, okay? And then what we do is we can add this to some playlists, all right? And we click publish. Okay, and now what's gonna happen, and I might go in here and create a better thumbnail. So this one is $197,000 in sales and collected revenue. So I might go into Canva, which is a graphic design. It's easier for me than Photoshop, and type in YouTube. And if you'd like me to do this with you, go to chilescall.com and schedule a time with me, because if you're already making sales for your campaigns and you're already making offers, chances are that you're just one step away from getting the results that you want. So you can go to chilescall.com to set up a time to talk with me. Again, that's chilescall.com, and all the information is there. Just fill it out and fill out the application, and you will see how that works. All right, so if we wanted to make a little photo here for the, if we wanted to make a little photo for, and then of course we would filter this and adjust it and make it darker because we want that text to stand out. We could do some elements here, right? Do like this part and maybe make it yellow. Again, like the reason I'm not doing this like wholeheartedly is just because this is an example. But you do want your thumbnails to stand out, right? So how can we do this even more? Well, we could bump up the contrast. We could saturate the mess out of it. We could, create some type of cool looking thing here. All right. So it's just like hanging out. Vignette, there's a vignette thing. It's not the best thing ever, but hey, whatever. All right, like this, we'll copy this up here. It's actually really ugly, but it works. All right, so then we download it, transparent background, and we go over here. Hopefully you guys just saw me do that. If not, I apologize. I think that you saw me do it. Hold on one second. All right, YouTube thumbnail. Here we go. So here is the YouTube thumbnail. You can see I just made this. All right. So this is how we're taking that one piece of content. Again, we're taking that one piece of content that we made from the testimonial, and we're creating a podcast. We're creating a 60-second Instagram and YouTube and Facebook story. We are creating a YouTube graphic for that now. All right. And then we are going to, lo and behold, we're going to go post this into Facebook. All right. Or into YouTube. I'm sorry. So we're going to do that. Let me just get rid of this window, and we will open up YouTube, and we will go over there and do that. All right. So, makes sense to you guys? Is this making sense, like why I'm actually doing this and like why I'm actually showing this to you? Because that's the goal here, right? Take one piece of content and then create multiple instances of it, right? Because remember, right here, what we're doing is let me just show you the keynote again, all right? So what we're doing here is we are installing we're making one piece of content, and then we're turning it into like 7, 8, 9 pieces of content here to get people to take action, right? And we might not release all of this at once. We might release this content. Over a period of time. And like Dan said, this reminds me of SEO from the early internet days, because you're being able to reach more people at once because of this, right? You create one content, that video from John Tarr, $197,000 campaign. Created a raw video. We created a raw audio for podcast. You saw me upload the podcast. Then we're doing 60-second Instagram and Facebook stories and YouTube videos. Then we're doing a blog. Then we're doing a follow-up email to tell people about this new content. And all of this content should always include, as much as you can, all of this content should always include a call to action. All right. A call to action meaning like tell them to do something. Now, some of this content doesn't work to that. If it's a 60-second type of thing, sometimes that's just not going to be feasible to have a call to action. But usually it is. All right. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go into edit video, and we're going to upload that thumbnail that we made for YouTube, because so many see that title is okay, right? That thumbnail is okay, but what we really want to do is we want to upload that custom thumbnail that we made that just tells a much better story of what we did. All right, so 197 collected sales. Here we go. Now we're going to upload that, and $197,000 collected sales. Here's how. Boom. 8 playlists, and then we want to 197,000 in collected sales from 8 emails. I think we did also have like a salesperson on this thing. But at the end of the day, it's like usually these campaigns will work for most people who already have a effective sales process installed, right? So we don't have to go into all the details and blah, 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 right? So you just saw how, okay, we have the thumbnail made and we've installed it. Now what we can do is we can take this and put it out into our different Facebooks. So I actually already did this with my group Higher Conversions. Was I posted this first testimonial in here. Now what I'm going to do is now nothing works better than a live video, but what we want to do here is upload this little guy as a little, little montage inside, right? 30, we say like email, 8 emails in total, 197,000 collected. I think we had a phone closer, but you get the idea. For more, and then we say like, then we'll say right here, let me share my screen so you can see it. Sorry, guys. All right, application window. Sorry, I've got a bunch of tabs open. Higher conversions. All right, you'll see this right here. So 8 emails in total, 197 collected. I think we had a phone closure, but you get the idea. Want to install and deploy these offers in your business. Set up a time to talk at chilescall.com. I won't bite. All right. Only for folks already making sales and offers and who have customers or clients already, but just want more. All right. So then we have these little pieces of content, right? So you just see how like this stuff works for you over and over and over again. And this is the other testimonial, right? So right here, we have this other testimonial where John talks about $134,000 with the book funnel. And I haven't even gotten into chopping that up yet, right? So you see how this stuff works over and over and over and over for higher sales more often, all right? Anyway, I'd love to help you install this type of thing in your business. If you would like my help to do that, then all you need to do is go to chilescall.com, fill out the form. You'll see a questionnaire that's going to ask you like what you're currently selling, who you're currently helping, who you would like to help more of. So go to chilescall.com. If you want, share this video. I'd really appreciate it to get more people to, interact and all that stuff. I'll be back on later today. But in the meantime, go to chilescall.com if you think this is for you, and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much.